One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They are some of the most famous images in history. But why are there no stars in the night sky?
I believe they're setting up the flag now.
Why is the American flag waving here when there was no air to cause any breeze?
Man, that is hard.
4 decades after man went to the moon, conspiracy theories that these pictures were faked in a studio set and presented to the world as proof of a US space victory, without the astronauts ever really going, refuse to fade away.
The footage that we have shows them faking being halfway to the moon. That proves they couldn't go halfway because they're faking being halfway.
There will always be accusations of a conspiracy, or that we might not have done something that we said we'd do. There are always people who are looking for that 15 minutes of glory by pointing out to the rest of the world something that they feel was the way it happened instead of the way all the rest of the world believes it.
The idea that NASA and the US government might have been able to fake the moon landings might seem fantastical, but a search for the alleged Apollo moon hoax on the internet produces more than 3 million results. A lot of the questions on the conspiracy theory websites focus around the photographs NASA produced as evidence of the mission. Hoax believers say there are inconsistencies in the direction of some of the shadows. They say some of the lighting looks artificial, and they question why there's no blast crater shown underneath the moon landing vehicle.
I think there are good explanations for every one of the doubts that have been raised. But the people who have their mind made up that this was a conspiracy have their mind made up.
NASA advisor John Hogsden was at the Kennedy Space Center the day the mission launched. He says it would have been impossible to pull off a hoax.
Frankly, I don't understand the thought process that lead people to doubt that it happened. I mean, the absolute simplest explanation was that it happened. To sustain a conspiracy among thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people that were involved in Apollo, that it was all a fake, seems to be much more difficult than designing the systems and actually going to the moon.
Another inch.
Nevertheless, it's estimated that more than 18 million Americans still have their doubts about the official history of US space travel.
I spend a good amount of time on the floor with my exhibits, noting the reactions to people, and people periodically ask about that, and those people who seem to be truly concerned, you know, could it have been such a cover-up? Could these things have happened?
Whether it's sheer disbelief at the improbability of what the Apollo mission achieved, or valid question marks that still haven't been answered, 40 years on from the first man on the moon, for some, the truth is still out there.
And the old flag. Come on out here and give me a salute.
Sebastian Walker, Al Jazeera, Washington.